Welcome back folks, my name is LastKnownMeal and today in Cyberpunk 2077 we are going to analyze the entire Johnny Silverhand trailer because there is a lot here and most of it is lore from the past, so no worries, these are not spoilers. One thing before we begin, I just wanted to thank you all for the recent support. It's been great and I'm so keen on making a lot of content for this game, so you are welcome to join me on that journey. Now, the first thing we see immediately is Johnny's arm and a cat in an alleyway. Now, this is the beginning of Never Fade Away story, or well, the song you all know. In this scene, Johnny is with Alt and then he gets jumped by goons. He then regains consciousness, but Alt is missing because she was actually kidnapped by Arasaka, and we will get to that shortly. After that, a beautiful shot of Night City. We do have an ad on the right which says Zeig dich, which I believe means show yourself or come out in a sense. Now we get what seems to be either the net or one of those data fortresses we had in the deep dive demo when we go with Voodoo Boys. But something actually tells me this is a part of the net, they're just teasing a bit, but because we haven't seen like the net too much in their marketing and trailers, we cannot really confirm what this actually is. In the next shot we have Johnny with V. I do believe this is straight after we get the chip and things escalate. Generally we can hear Johnny saying gotta get out of here, so I'm guessing he is really mad that he got uploaded to the chip. Also, this scene is in our apartment it seems, and yes, you will be able to add some stuff in it. We are not sure how much, of course, even the apartment will change its look depending on your life path, but it's going to be the same one in the same place. But again, we don't know to what extent we will be able to customize our apartment. We saw that we can add certain weapons, we can put like on display, and probably some other things we gain through missions and activities. Now this is Alt Cunningham. This is actually the first time we properly see her in the video game itself. She is here with Johnny, and of course this is from the past, well technically 2013. Overall, I like this little moment here. This gives you motivation for the character, so you can kind of understand why he burned half the city. Next up we have Victor Vector. This is the scene I believe after we get the chip, and this is where actually Victor I guess explains to V what is going on with this chip and how Johnny ended up inside of him. Also, I really like the lights in the background. What an amazing mood, and of course details on the characters are great. We then have another scene. This was after that bed scene I believe, when Johnny and Alt go from the gig and are jumped by the goons. So this scene, then Johnny lying on the floor. Next up, Carrie Eurodyne. This is the look from the past. Obviously Carrie looks a lot different now in 2077, and from the gameplay trailer we had seen we are going to have quite some adventures with the guy. A little look at the chip itself, but this is something we had before. Then Johnny after the alleyway scene getting fixed up by a Ripper dog. Now if this goes with the story, this is the Ripper dog Johnny is really good with. I believe the dog's son was friends with Johnny, but then he died in the inner corporate war like years back. He should be the same guy that installed the Silverhand onto Johnny himself. Then a scene of the gig. I think this is the beginning of that Never Fade Away story. More scenes from Johnny. Keep in mind, through these memories you will be playing as Johnny to witness all of the biggest moments from the past. Everything we talked about before in the lore videos, so that's super cool. Of course, besides that, there is a codex in the game where you can learn all the bits and pieces of the lore, and for everything else, you know, there's us. Short look at Corpo V followed up by a full look of Johnny in V's apartment. Then scenes of Samurai playing in the metro, but I still don't think this is the Arasaka Ride concert. I could be wrong though, but I am not sure what this is, or why are they playing here. After that we move to Judy's scene where V tells her about Johnny it seems. This can also be before that elevator scene when Johnny says to V that he doesn't trust Judy since he was listening the entire time behind her. Now this is when Johnny is attacked in that alleyway. That's one of the punks that attacked him, but these were not just punks. Arasaka was aiming to kidnap Alt the entire time, so they were sent by Arasaka. A look of probably the chip itself firing up in our body. It seems Johnny is tied to us more than we initially thought, to the point where I believe he can corrupt us in a sense and potentially take over the body. Keep in mind one thing, this is Johnny inside a chip, there is no denying that, but a chip is a chip after all. This is not a living Johnny, so things can be different or altered. Don't believe anything at first. This sequence is interesting because we are here either in the net or we are exploring the actual chip and we're trying to find maybe pieces of Johnny in a sense because V touches him here and he is surprised and he's not talking anything, so there is definitely something surreal going on here, but I don't want to speculate too much because, you know, I don't know much and I could be extremely wrong. This is Rogue from before obviously, and because there is Militech AV in the back, this is the actual fourth corporate war, or well, the end of the fourth when Johnny goes to the Arasaka tower with a strike team. Then they go up and I'm not sure if this is Kerry down here or someone else, but overall it's a continuation to the previous scene. This is also a glorious scene because first off you see Old Night City and second of all there is something being destroyed over there. So that's either an AV or just High Riders playing Smash the Planet with some rocks. Then a scene of the mini nuke that caused an entire new chapter in the universe. But yeah, this is it. This is the final assault that happens during the fourth corporate war. Then more moments with Alt and Johnny. As you can see, man has problems. He likes to pop pills left and right. In the next scene, there is something which doesn't add up. Okay, hear me out, okay? I could be wrong. The arm doesn't look like the real one. It almost looks like we let Johnny take over for a bit. There is just a strange glow, you know, of the arm which doesn't make sense. And this doesn't look like 2013 or 2020, but more like 2077. Same with this scene when we are taking this pill. Again, the arm looks strange, like possessed. Honestly, what could be the case here is that sometimes we're just going to have these moments when Johnny takes over, and we had a couple of scenes in the trailer when that is actually mentioned. I could be wrong, but even in the gameplay trailer, narrator said like bonus activities, and then there is that arm playing again, which looks like V is possessed by Johnny, who is playing a guitar. Another moment with Johnny probably getting to know him. I like his explosiveness here, especially in dialogue when someone you talk with is going left and right on the scene like that. Super cool. Then trailer goes into the present. This is the moment when we apparently attack the 6th Street here, and isn't this the guy, their leader, or might be someone who just looks like him? But yeah, we move on to the 6th Street here with Jackie as well, because he is on the right, so this could be a part of the prequel, because we don't know what actually happens to Jackie at the end, if he dies or not. Then another scene of the chase, and I believe with us in the car is Takemura. Oda also appears in the gameplay trailer, but this could be one of the moments we have with Takemura as we play throughout the game. After that, we move to the Arasaka scene with Saburo, and I'm not sure who is this on the right. Now, Saburo looks like the 2077 version here, so this could be either us having a great time, or this is connected to Never Fade Away when Alt gets extracted with a soul killer by Arasaka. But since there is a follow-up scene over here with Arasaka in the back, this could be the start of that Arasaka riot in 2013. So this has nothing to do with the nuke scene. Nuke scene happens years after, and those are two separate events. Of course, here they kinda mix and match things, so obviously this is from the riots, and I believe this is during the assault after, you know, at the end of the fort. Next up, Corpo scene we saw a number of times already. These events happen as you start the game, so that's all what I'm going to say. And now we get to that biker scene where we almost have a Terminator-like chase with this guy, having most of his body blown out, running towards us with mantis blades. This also happens in the Badlands, it seems, and there is Valentino's car over here. Not sure if it's connected to the situation or just random vehicles on the road. I'm trying to figure out who this might be, if this is someone we know from the lore or someone new, but I don't think there is more of this guy. He could be one of the kind, since we are in the same vehicle as before. This could also be connected to Takemura, but we shall find out in the game. Next up, we are chasing this guy down the alley with Jackie, so this is present, not some lore from before. And after that, the scene everyone was waiting for, yes, the Judy romance scene. It also does seem this is female hand, but yeah, I don't see anyone complaining about first person here. Also, in this next scene, there is something with his accent, but this could be the doctor that we have in 2013, the Ripper Doc I'm talking about. Obviously, a lot has passed from 2013, but we saw that people can just live for years and years in this universe. And he also says he tried to take the body over a bit. I mean, Johnny tried to take body over a bit. So yeah, it just confirms the details about Johnny having more influence over us, since he can also slap us and we feel it as shown. I guess he got pissed off a bit. He is a bit of a drama queen after all. Also, I think V says to him, "Gets out," so yeah, expect trouble. I also really like this weapon throw. Going to be interesting to see if this part is of just a part of the scene or just general things, you know, throwing guns into people. More of that Arasaka guy. Again, I know that people are thinking this is Oda, and he might be, like, I'm not denying that. But the mask in that shirt where they show Oda wasn't the same, but obviously he can change it. But yeah, this is someone from Arasaka ultimately. More romance scenes and how that will look like. And continuation of the chase, V is taking an adrenaline shot or something, but whatever it is, I guess things escalate even more from here. After that, the game takes us to the end of the Fort Corporate, I believe, when they storm the actual building. Johnny is getting blown out, and the game ends with more scenes of people writing in front of Arasaka, and that was the end of that. I will also analyze the entire gameplay trailer, but I think I will do it live, where we will go through it together, as we can learn like that. I think that would be cooler, and it would create more discussion, but tell me your opinions down below. And also, tell me what you think about all of that, and smash that like and subscribe button like Adam Smasher would for more Cyberpunk 2077 videos. I do make a lot of them. Also join our growing community on Twitter and Discord, and I do have a Patreon page. If you were looking for an extra way to support the channel, you can do it through the link below. And huge thanks to my current Patreon supporters. This is LKM signing out, thank you for watching and stay classy everyone. Bye bye.